Edgar Berlanga, who is fighting Canelo on September 14. Now he claims he has a whole country behind him. Edgar, bro, you're from Brooklyn. I think I'm more Puerto Rican than you.
Edgar Berlanga didn't hold back in his response to Oscar De La Hoya's remarks, leading up to his much-anticipated bout with Canelo Alvarez. However, the narrative surrounding Berlanga has sparked mixed reactions. Oscar De La Hoya, head of Golden Boy Promotions and a former world champion himself, has openly questioned Berlanga's identity as a representative of Puerto Rico. De La Hoya emphasized that Berlanga was born and raised in Brooklyn, suggesting that this diminishes Berlanga's claim to truly represent Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico doesn't claim you, bro. And as I said weeks ago, this fight will not do well on September 14. Not only because the matchup is okay, but because they're going up against the UFC's debut at the Sphere in Las Vegas. Now that's a spectacle that everyone and their mother has been waiting to see since it opened up about a year ago. And who is funding it and making it all happen? Turkey Al-Sheikh.
Edgar Berlanga, true to form, didn't hold back in a fiery and explicit tweet aimed at Oscar De La Hoya. Berlanga accused De La Hoya of hypocrisy and disrespect, venting his frustration by pointing out that just last year, De La Hoya was eager to sign him, even going as far as flying out to meet him. The tweet intensified as Berlanga took a personal shot at De La Hoya, alluding to his rumored struggles with substance abuse, adding a deeply personal and confrontational tone to their already heated exchange. Berlanga wrote, "Get off my back, Oscar. You were dying to sign me last year and flew in to sit down with me. Now you want to talk. I'll have that bag of coke ready for you." Berlanga's response was brutally honest, calling out De La Hoya for what he saw as blatant hypocrisy. He expressed his frustration, feeling disrespected by De La Hoya's comments about his heritage and legitimacy as a representative of Puerto Rico in the boxing world. De La Hoya, on the other hand, stood by his remarks, acknowledging that he did pursue Berlanga last year and wanted to sign him, but ultimately, Berlanga chose to go with Eddie Hearn instead. Wait, but all I'm doing is stating the truth, De La Hoya defended.
Wait, but all I'm doing is speaking facts. You know, when I'm spitting the truth,
you guys can come.
What else can I say and do? I mean,
You guys.
that was just the truth. I'm not, I actually, yeah, I did want to sign Berlanga, but, you know, he went with Eddie Hearn, and good luck to him, but I'm just speaking the facts.
Thank you, Oscar.
The rivalry between Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya has only intensified since their contentious split in 2020. The two have continually exchanged sharp words through the media, and now Edgar Berlanga finds himself entangled in this ongoing feud. De La Hoya has never been shy about expressing his displeasure with Canelo, and his latest comments have only deepened the rift between them. He accused Canelo of being overly arrogant, referencing a recent leak that claimed Canelo refused to meet with him and showed no interest in any potential deals. De La Hoya suggested that Canelo's demands have become so excessive that even the Saudis were unwilling to negotiate with him. According to De La Hoya, this behavior stems from Canelo's desire to avoid a fight with David Benavidez, opting instead for matchups that lack excitement and appeal.
My response to Turkey is this. Yesterday they text me. They text me and say, we can talk about the fight in February with Crawford. Yeah. They text me yesterday and I say, look, I'm not gonna talk about any other fight. I'm focused 100% on this fight. Look, I don't like the way he talked, and I'm not in this position because of any. I'm in this position if he wants to work with me, it's in my way, not in their way.
What was
I don't need it.
What didn't you like about how he approached? Like, what was
It's not the way to approach. It's not the way to approach to me. Look, I respect everybody and I respect Turkey, but
The feud between Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya has reached new heights, especially with Edgar Berlanga now caught in the middle. The animosity between Canelo and De La Hoya has been a hot topic since their contentious split in 2020, and recent events have only fanned the flames of their rivalry. Oscar De La Hoya, the head of Golden Boy Promotions and a former world champion, has been vocal about his displeasure with Canelo. His latest remarks have further fueled the tension, accusing Canelo of dodging significant fights and pricing himself out of negotiations. De La Hoya made it clear that he believes Canelo is alienating the wrong people in the boxing world. He criticized Canelo for being overly arrogant and highlighted a recent leak that claimed Canelo refused to meet with him and showed no interest in any potential deals. According to De La Hoya, Canelo's demands have become so excessive that even the Saudis are unwilling to negotiate with him. De La Hoya's comments didn't stop there. He suggested that Canelo's desire to avoid a fight with David Benavidez and his preference for less challenging matchups were part of a broader trend of seeking easy fights rather than engaging in meaningful bouts. De La Hoya humorously noted that despite the promotional angle framing the upcoming Canelo vs. Berlanga fight as a Mexico vs. Puerto Rico rivalry, Berlanga is actually from New York. De La Hoya, who lived in Puerto Rico for 6 years, claimed that he might have a better understanding of Puerto Rican culture and suggested that true Puerto Ricans might not fully support Berlanga in this matchup. The recent press conference between Canelo and Berlanga was marked by intense exchanges, leading many to question the authenticity of their animosity. Some speculated that the heated confrontation might be a calculated move to generate hype and boost pay-per-view sales. De La Hoya addressed this speculation, explaining that in the fight business, a fighter often needs to motivate themselves and develop a sense of anger towards their opponent to mentally prepare for the battle ahead. As the fight approaches, the tension between the two fighters is palpable. Edgar Berlanga has made it clear that he is not taking his bout with Canelo lightly. In a fiery tweet, Berlanga lashed out at De La Hoya, accusing him of hypocrisy and disrespect. Berlanga reminded De La Hoya that he was eager to sign him last year, even flying out to meet him. The tweet took a personal jab at De La Hoya, alluding to his rumored struggles with substance abuse, adding a deeply personal edge to the exchange. Berlanga's response was brutally honest, calling out De La Hoya for perceived hypocrisy. He expressed his frustration with De La Hoya's comments about his heritage and legitimacy as a Puerto Rican representative in the boxing world. De La Hoya, on the other hand, defended his remarks, acknowledging that he did pursue Berlanga last year and wanted to sign him, but Berlanga ultimately chose to go with Eddie Hearn instead. The rivalry's intensity has also been fueled by the recent actions of a Saudi sports promoter, Turki Alec. Alec criticized Canelo for avoiding significant fights, accusing him of ducking tougher opponents in favor of easier, less challenging bouts. Alec's criticism came after Canelo's reluctance to agree to a fair price for a fight with Terence Crawford became evident. Alec dismissed the importance of Canelo's respect, emphasizing that it was irrelevant to him. He accused Canelo of making excuses and demanding unrealistic sums, labeling Canelo's approach as one that favors show-only fights rather than meaningful, competitive bouts. Alec reaffirmed his commitment to pursuing significant fights that truly benefit the boxing world, contrasting his vision with Canelo's approach. He stated that respecting Canelo was irrelevant to him, explaining that his focus was on targeting big fights at fair prices. Alec accused Canelo of wasting time with excuses and unrealistic demands, contrasting his own approach with Canelo's preference for easier fights. De La Hoya weighed in on the ongoing tension between Canelo and Alec, pointing out that Alec was correct in noting Canelo's preference for easier fights since his loss to Dimitri Bivol. De La Hoya compared this loss to the schooling Canelo received from Floyd Mayweather earlier in his career. He found it perplexing that Canelo would shy away from a fight with Benavidez, which is what the public truly wants to see. De La Hoya emphasized that while Alec is focused on making the best fights possible, Canelo seems more interested in taking the path of least resistance. Amid all this drama, Edgar Berlanga remains focused on his fight with Canelo. He has made it clear that he is not underestimating his opponent and warned Canelo not to take him lightly. Berlanga expressed his determination, stating that he would break every bone in Canelo's face. He highlighted his tough upbringing in Puerto Rico's rough neighborhoods and vowed not to let any disrespect slide. Berlanga promised to prove himself on fight night, declaring, "I told him I'm going to break every bone in your face."